Today I'm going to be showing you how to play Hamlet, the village building game, solo. In terms of setup, you basically follow the rulebook for a regular 2-player game for everything on the board and market, but the bot has no donkeys, so just place a worker meeple on the board for it. You start with 3 gold in your player area, and the bot has its own action dashboard that receives 2 gold, and you place the 5 action tokens randomly underneath the 5 slots, along with some extra chits for different colours, 3 of one, 2 of another, and then 1 of the bot's colour. Place all 6 chits into an old disused cup and put it to the side for use in a minute, as we are ready to start with us going first. As soon as your turn starts, you are allowed to move your donkeys 1 space to form a train of resource movement, and you stand your meeples up. Once stood up, your meeple can move anywhere in the village with road access, no matter how many spaces. If it's got a road, you can go there, and every starting village space is accessible, so we move to the quarry. The quarry, like the woodcutter and farm, is a starting resource, and as soon as one of these places has a space, you can visit it and take a produce action. This sees you fill in all the gaps and make 2 gold. Doesn't matter if you make 1 stone, like I have, or 3. You always get 2 gold for producing starting resources. And when your meeple has taken their turn, you lay them flat, ending your turn after all your meeples are lying down. Then play passes to Botric, and they will try to do actions from the top yellow column first. Across the top, they will first try to hire a worker and collect a blueprint. They only have 2 gold though, so can't complete this action as it costs 5. As soon as the bot can't buy a worker, you have to place 1 gold coin on their safe, and that is the only way Botric makes any money whatsoever. The next main action Botric will try to complete will be a church build one. Here the church has 4 spaces that need to be filled with certain resources. For us it's 10 gold, 3 milk or bricks, 3 flour or planks, and 10 starting resources. But for the bot it's 8 starting resources, 2 bricks and milk, 2 planks and flour, and just 7 gold. But he doesn't have enough yet to complete one of those actions. So we go on to the third main action, which is a market action. Here the bot will look to see if he can fulfill any one of the 3 trades on offer. Like here where it can fulfill 2 actions, the 2 wood and 1 wheat, or the 2 stone and 1 wheat. The bot doesn't have to worry about donkeys bringing the goods across the chain like you would. They can just bring it along, and they always choose the market option with the most points, or the one furthest to the left in the case of a tie. Just remove the resources from the relevant places and place their meeple flat. Botric would earn 1 VP and 1 gold for this, but here they do not earn gold. Instead, all the points and gold give them victory points, so they go up 2 on the track. They then place completed market tiles next to their board for later, and you replace the empty market space with the new one. You do exactly the same steps, you just need to be sure you can get the resources there via your donkeys, and you of course take both the victory points and the gold instead of Botric, who is just victory points. But the market action itself is exactly the same for both of you. We though now have 5 gold, and so we decide to buy a new worker by visiting the town hall and paying 5 gold. The second worker costs 5, the third costs 7, the fourth costs 9. So you want to pick them up as soon as you can, but this is also where you buy donkeys for 3 gold and you pick up blueprints. But once you have got a new worker, just place them flat on the church tile. In terms of picking up blueprints though, they are worth 0, 1, 2 and 3 gold and come in the form of production buildings or landmarks. When you decide to buy one, you just claim the free one or pay the cost. If you take the free one, remove it and move the others down the empty spaces. But if you were to take one of the ones you have to pay for, you place 1 gold coin on each of the blueprints you bypassed. Like here, we chose to pick up the dairy farm. That cost 2 gold. So we place 1 gold on the sawmill and 1 on the pond. When the bot does this, the money comes from the main pile, not their bank, like yourselves. Regardless, when there is an empty space, you collect a new blueprint from the bag and keep it in the 3rd spot, keeping your blueprints in your pile where both you and the bot can only have 3. But how do you build the blueprint? Well, at first, you need to see if you can construct it with the available resources. This sawmill here needs 2 wheat and 1 stone. Since I visited the farm first, we now have all the required resources, so now we just need to get them to my builder. To do this, you need to utilize your chain of donkeys. A donkey can claim any adjacent resources along a road, so a donkey on the middle church tile can collect both the wheat and stone from the quarry and farm. Then, as we want to build the sawmill next to the woodcutter, we place our worker in the space it will be built adjacent to, and we see if the donkeys can move the resources to the worker place there. If they can reach, the worker is allowed to build it. But for instance here, if they couldn't reach our worker in the donkey chain, the resources would just go back to where they were produced. Here we can build the sawmill though, and so we place it adjacent to the builder's tile, and we maximize the wood or stone on the tile to match like both woods do here. This would be an illegal placement as wood and stone don't match, and if it has a road, it can only be connected to another road like here. But so long as 2 parts of a tile are connected, either woods to woods or stone to stone, it can be placed, so this is legal. You don't always have to connect the roads. The bot will always try to connect it to a road first though, but if that fails, it will be the closest legal space next to the church like here. When you create a building for the first time though, like we have with the sawmill here, you claim the high quality matching token and you place the white side of the resource on it. This means that it is a high quality grade and you will get double the points on offer when it's consumed. So here at the sawmill, we will get 2 victory points and 2 gold for our high quality planks. Lastly, all you have to do then is place the advanced blueprints inside the main bag. But what does the bot do when they can't do any of the top yellow main actions? Well, you draw a chit from the cup and you match it to their action board. You will have more chance of drawing a blue than green or red here, but it's still random. In terms of the actions they can do, the shovel is produce a starting resource. The blueprint one is buy a blueprint. The bridge is build a road or a bridge. The hammer is construct a blueprint. And the gem is produce an upgraded resource like the sawmill's planks. The bot will always try to build its own upgraded high quality materials first, and if it can't do that, then it will build yours. Here though, the bot produces a starting resource, so they visit the one closest to their worker. Their worker was in the market, so moved to the farm. And whenever they produce, they get 1 victory point instead of the 2 gold like you do. And lastly, you move the action you just completed to the bottom of the action track and move all of the others up, putting the tokens back in the cup. As you may have noticed last time though, our sawmill is not connected to the main road network, so we need to construct a road if it's through woods using stone, or we construct a bridge if it's through rocks using wood. Anyway, like constructing a blueprint, you place your worker on a tile the resources can reach via donkeys on the road, and you then build either the road or bridge connecting the two tiles together, receiving the planner token and gaining a victory point if you're the first to do so, gaining a point every time you build either a road or bridge. You can do that either here or you can do it in endgame. It's entirely up to you, but you can't add on the points to endgame if you've added them on during the game. As soon as the bot has got 5 gold in the bank though, they will straight away buy a new worker. Take the 5 gold off their bank and flip over the token, meaning they cannot place any more coins this turn. Move one of their workers to the town hall, place them down and then place a new worker on the church tile. The bot will also buy a new blueprint at this point, prioritising unclaimed production buildings before landmarks, always going from the cheapest up. Here they collected the dairy farm that cost 1 gold, so place a gold from the main pile onto the pond and refresh the row, before placing the blueprint in the bot's pile, where you will create a building order, always placing 1 claimed after this, so they build the ones on the left first. As soon as the bot turn ends though, they flip the token back over and can start collecting coins again next round. They can only collect 1 coin per round, not per worker. Next we have enough to buy a donkey for 3 gold, so decide to visit the town hall and buy one. As soon as you buy a donkey, you place them on the church tile like usual, but there's no need for 2 donkeys on the same tile. So we can move our first donkey 1 adjacent space away, and since we need a chain to their sawmill, we placed the donkey on the woodcutter space, which will let us get those planks anywhere now. And whenever we claim a blueprint with gold on it, we get to keep the gold, so that is always a great bonus. The bot, if it claims a blueprint with gold on it, will get a victory point. The bot, as I said before, will always look to construct their buildings on the closest road network. Here it's next to the market. They will never use your road network, and they will always try to construct it as close to the church as possible if they have no road left, always matching the rocks or woods. But their worker sits on the adjacent tile and uses the resources available via the road to construct it, gaining the high quality token if they were the first to do so. When the bot or you have enough resources on the board to build a part of the church, you can do so though. But the bot always does so as a main action, and here they can spend 8 resources because I let them. So they place their token on the relevant space and claim their victory points after spending the required resources. Soon as those are spent, you just take a piece of the church and place it on the board like so. In a 2-player game, there are 4 parts of the church to construct: the centre, the entrance, both sides and both towers. The first person to finish the last construction triggers endgame, and that means you finish the game after everyone has completed the same amount of turns. So since I go first, the bot, if I've completed the last build action of the church, will then get 1 more action to gain last minute points, and the game then ends. It's on to endgame scoring. Before that though, there are only 2 more things we need to know, and the first is refining resources like the sawmill here, using wood to make lumber. Using your chain of donkeys, you move the wood to the worker, and they then craft the upgraded resource. Here 1 wood makes 1 high quality plank because we were the first to claim it. You don't get any money or points straight away for producing it, but whenever someone does, you get 1 point and 1 gold for regular upgrade resources, and 2 points and 2 gold for high quality ones regardless of who claimed them. with the bot just adding those gold gains via victory points. So here they get 3 for the market tile and 4 extra for the milk. So it's great to get those productions to a very high quality and cash in whenever you can. Lastly though, all we need to discuss is building landmarks, which work the same way as constructing buildings. The only difference is they grant you great bonus points in the end game. So make sure to place your flag on any landmark you build. You can always tell it's a landmark because it has the flag token on the description, and you of course still need the required resources and donkey chain to build it. As soon as the last church part has been built and everyone has had the same amount of turns, you enter endgame scoring, where you tot up your totals. And here the bot has 49 points to our 45, but we are not finished yet. Next we add on awards, which are gifted out to the ones who created the most landmarks, second most church deliveries, and most sales at the market. Then you add on all the bonuses from your landmarks. I had more, so did manage to catch up here. Then you add on points for each bridge and road, gaining 2 points if you had planner like I did, and then you add 1 point per segment for the longest road, which they won outright as they kept building off the market. And lastly, you add on your remaining gold, which saw us win by just 1 point. And that is it. Whoever's got the most at that point wins the game. I hope you've learned how to play Hamlet solo. It's quite easy to pick up once you've played 1 round. So thanks for watching and good luck, everyone, against Botric.